Okay, so this is one of these things that you're going to put in the oven for a little while, but you just get your little pot or a frying pan, a little bit of water, get that steaming, and it's going to be a baked cauliflower dish. I'm actually going to do the onion over here on my other cutting board and just get the onion peeled and fry some onions and mushrooms and make like a mushroom onion gravy that doesn't have any dairy or animal products. So it will be vegan, but it will taste amazing. Get those. So I'm just scoring the onion here. If you do that, it makes it a lot easier if you just score it with the like crisscross and then just slice it right in there. Or you can slice it on the cutting board too and then just scrape it in. Just make sure you dig your fingernails in there really well so that your clean hands and fingernails so that you don't cut yourself doing that. So that's probably about as much onion as I want in there. A couple of pieces there. So I'm going to get that going, and I have soaked my mushrooms just right now. I just put water on them because it just makes it easier to kind of soften and then rinse. Some people like to brush them and all that stuff, and I find if I just put them in a little bit of water right before I use them, it kind of lifts the dirt off, and then with a little bit of a rinse it just slides right off. So again, whatever you want excuse me, for your mushrooms is really good for, you know, for the size of the gravy, whatever you want for the gravy. Because they shrink down, you know, the mushrooms, of course, are going to shrink right down. So it's going to be a little bit of a lumpy gravy over a baked cauliflower. So I'm going to add a few more mushrooms, and I'm also going to add a few shiitake mushrooms, which are really good. Shiitake is great for the immune system, and it's, oh gosh, just so many wonderful things with shiitakes. They're a little bit chewier, so these are just little criminies, and they're, you know, they're mostly just full of water and possibly a little bit of flavor. And, okay, so these are the shiitakes. They're a little different. They're rubberier, and they do have a little bit of a stronger flavor. You can find them in Chinese or Asian markets, and often they will be dried. They sell them a lot dried. They use them a lot in dried packages. So the shiitakes are often like that. I'm just going to rinse off a few more. And they add such a nice, different flavor, you know. Plus, the medicinal benefits of shiitakes are just amazing. So, and you do always want to cook your mushrooms. A lot of people will use them raw, but, you know, it's just better, and it doesn't lessen any of the medicinal benefits if they're cooked. So it's always better to cook them. And I can't really remember why that is, actually, but I heard that from a mushroom expert, so I believe them, because I'm not a mushroom expert. Okay, so you're going to have this on high, and I'm just going to add, for the gravy, some Bragg's liquid aminos. Just right here. So that's like a natural soy sauce that's not, doesn't have anything bad in it. And it's not too much of a salt, because a lot of soy sauces are very salty. So I'm just thinking I probably put maybe a quarter cup in there. Okay, I am going to add a little bit of black pepper, black fresh ground pepper, a little bit of Celtic sea salt. And the Celtic is not very salty. That's why it sounds like I put a lot in, but I really didn't. The other thing I'm going to do is to put some garlic in, and I have a couple garlic pieces here. And it's always good to add garlic to everything. If you can get the peel off, it's awesome, and there's like so many different ways of doing that. My little garlic press, I love this thing, it works really good. Put a couple garlics in there, just like that. Comes out, and perfect. A little bit of garlic. Okay, so again, keep this on high, and there's quite a bit of the Bragg's liquid aminos, but I really want it to be not too soy sauce tasting, so I'm going to add some water, and I'm also going to add some nutritional yeast, and that's going to make it so that it's got kind of a cheesy gravy flavor, which makes it awesome. So that's about 1/3 of a cup. All depends how much you're making, right? And the thing is that the more you saute it without fluid, the faster it's going to cook. All the veggies are going to cook, but it doesn't really matter because I'm going to pour this over top of the cauliflower and put it in the oven. So I don't really need those veggies entirely cooked right now. This is nutritional yeast. It's amazing stuff. Anything that you want kind of cheesy and gravy-like. It's just amazing. So I know this is steamy, but hopefully you can see that well enough to see that it's thickening there. The other thing I'm just going to add a little bit of, and I'll let that cook for a minute before I put it over the, I forgot this part, but you need tapioca starch to thicken the gravy. So a little bit of tapioca, like about a teaspoon of tapioca starch, and you mix it in cold water always so it doesn't make lumps. Give it a little swirl like that and pour that in, and that's going to thicken it. So it's about 1/4 of a cup. So you can see again how that's thickening. Kind of hard to see without pouring it out of the pot. And I'm just going to pour this mixture right over my cauliflower. You can see it thickening up nicely. Put your head of cauliflower in the casserole dish. And I am going to try and show you this. That's the problem with cooking on your own. See how that looks really nice and thick? Very lovely. Okay, so I'll just put the little camera back so you can see what's going on. And yeah, so this is it. So this has really a lovely gravy consistency. And I'm going to pour this over my cauliflower, put it in the oven for about 45 minutes. And it's going to be absolutely incredible. I'm going to turn that off. Look at that. Does that look lovely or what? So that goes in the oven for about 45 minutes till the cauliflower is like tender crisp. Okay, that's it. Just kind of it's Christmas, so it's kind of a thing that I do that takes more than 15 minutes. Anyway, recipes on georginasear.com.